Welcome back. In this video, we are continuing the process of creating the modal, right? The trailer, and it is working perfectly. So this is the final one. Let's check the one we are working on. Let's watch this trailer and see how it works. You see the video ID is not valid for that. All right, this one is working perfectly. It has the ID. All right, so next is we want to push this one a little bit in the middle here and add our social sharing at the bottom here. All right, so let's go ahead and add some styling to that. So where do we have the content modal? We need to add some styling to it. So let's go to modal content, right? And where we are returning the YouTube, right? The div here. So let's provide a div for styling purposes. So let's cut this one and have some parent div here, and we're going to place our component inside like that. And here let's add some inline styling, and by using flexbox we can quickly align that one in the middle. So flex, and then the next we're going to be the justify content, justify content together, justify content. Let's also put it in what? In center. And then let's add align items, right? Justify content supposed to be center. Why? No, it's supposed to be inside that, sorry. Inside the object. Outside. Here. So let's add justify content also to be center, and then align items also to be center. So with this in place, let's check it out. What we have. Let's check our modal. So let's click on that. You see that we have it here as compared to the final one. Okay, cool. So next is let's implement the social sharing as compared to this one. So when you click on this one, you see you have an additional social sharing at the bottom here that we can share. Okay, cool. And because of that, so we are going to use a package called reactshare, right? Reactshare. So let's go to Google and search for reactshare here. Sorry, let's focus on the input to reactshare sharing, just npm, and there we go. Let's see the popularity of this package, how it is. So let's go ahead and then install that package. Where is it? Okay, react sharing. Okay, you see that it's also popular, and let's look at documentation. So all what we need is pass in. If you scroll down here, we have all the buttons, the component we need to use, and then when you scroll down here, we also see a simple implementation, right? So you can even determine how many share counts as this component can do, right? How many people have shared this post, and we can trace the share count in this component as well. All right, so now that we have it installed, what we need to do, where can we place the button? The sharing button here is inside the trailer, right? Here at the bottom here. So let's locate where we have the modal content, right? The modal content, this one. I'm inside my modal content component. And then let's require the package, right? So the package is called reactshare. So let's import it here. Import reactshare. We are going to destructure some components from that. So it's from reactshare package. Sorry, is it reactshare like that? Okay, so let's check it out one more time. The package name, if you're on the right track, I think it's reactshare. All right, so here, how can we use it? We need to bring in the component. If we want to share with Facebook, first we need to bring Facebook icon, right? So Facebook icon, right? So let's look at documentation. Yeah, Facebook icon. Oh, sorry, it means I didn't install the React package. Sorry, the share. That's why I'm not getting the auto import. So let's copy the reactshare and then let's install that. Yarn add reactshare. Okay, so let's go ahead and then continue. When it's finished installing, we come back and then restart the server. Okay, so now let's bring in the component of what we need. So I want to stop typing. I'm going to copy all the components we are going to use, right, and paste it here and paste it inside like that. Let me save it. So you can pause this video and then require this component. Let me show you how it's being implemented. If you want to implement Facebook, first of all, you need to bring in the icon, right? First, so we need to bring two components for each of these social sharing. So for Facebook icon, we need to bring Facebook icon and then Facebook share button component, these two. So the same applies to WhatsApp. You need to bring in the WhatsApp icon and then the actual functionality to link you to that social media website. So it goes like that, right? Cool. So I don't want to implement Pinterest, so let's remove the Pinterest icon here. Yeah, so it depends how you want to implement yours. Cool. So now I have each of these social media icons and then the actual share button. So let's restart the server. I think my network is slow, so let's do it again while it's installing. All right, so let's continue the process. Okay, cool. So now that we have this component being ready, the next is we need to provide them, add it at the bottom here. So let's provide a div here, a div to display all the social media button component, right? So here, first, let's bring in the Facebook share button, right? So we have it here, Facebook share button, and we're going to wrap it inside. So this one going to give us a share button, and then we have the actual Facebook icon, right? Facebook icon, and this is going to take the link where you want to link to, right? So here you provide some props, the size of this icon, right? And you provide a number, and let's add ours to be 32, and then let's have some rounded, right? So it's round to true. You want the rounded one of it. Okay, cool. So let's check it out. It has finished installing. So let's clear the console and start the server. All right, cool. So now here comes the only prop this one takes is the URL, right? So the URL we want to link to on this social sharing. So here let's provide URL, right? And it's give us some random so let's just add this. Let's go to Google. Let's share this google.website.com. Okay, cool. So now we have this. So if you go back to our application, this, and then if you click on any of these, you can see that we have Facebook here, but it's not started yet, right? So when I click on this Facebook, let's see, you're going to share us to Facebook, and you're going to share Google, right, to Facebook, as we see, right? But I don't want to share Facebook, but instead I want to share what the video I'm watching. So all what you need is to get the exact path, right? Exact path of the video. And lucky for us, we have the YouTube ID here, or in our state. So next thing, we need to compile the YouTube link, the actual link. And the way we can display a YouTube link is what? We can have this base URL from YouTube, right? So I searched and I got this, how you can play YouTube videos. So this is a link, right? So we have the YouTube here, .com/watch and equal to some ID. And the ID, lucky for us, is from where? It's from here, right? So we're going to keep track of YouTube link. So when we get back the ID, next is what? We can update our YouTube link. So here, let's say set YouTube link. Set YouTube link. And then let's bring in this URL here, paste it here, right? And the dynamic value here is going to be the YouTube ID, right? And we're keeping track of it as video ID here, so you can quickly add it as what? Video ID, video ID, like that. So next we have the actual link in this YouTube link. So let's come here, and then instead of this static link, let's add our YouTube link, like that. So check it out. Let's go ahead and try again and see. Let's watch this trailer Coco. All right, okay, you see that the trailer button is gone because this text is plenty. We're going to do a function. We're going to create a function to truncate these ones, the one that have some more description. So let's locate this one. Okay, this one will have it. Let's check it out and see if you're going to play it inside that. Okay, so let's search for a different one, bad trip, and let's see. Okay, so when I click on this Facebook, let's see that we have the video right in here. We have enjoy the video, music, you love, or content. I think we are sharing the same YouTube, the same YouTube. Oh, okay, I got it. So we need to, at the time of here, at the time this component get mounted, I'm not getting the ID here, so let's provide the actual YouTube data here, right inside here, this YouTube link here, and that's gonna solve the problem. Let's add this one, the actual one from the response. Okay, cool. So let's try again. And then let's play this one if there's video in that. Okay, underground behind the scene. Let's click on Facebook, and there we go. You see that? Now we have the YouTube, the video. I can add some description, and there we go. Okay, cool. So the next thing is that, so I have, or I got the YouTube link for my Facebook. So you can implement the rest on your own. So all what you need is just the URL, and you have it, and the name of the link, of the name of the social media. So let's add this one as one div, because we're going to use Flexbox to style it. So let's provide this one in a div and then place it inside that. Cool. So now we can copy this ones many times and use any of these Facebooks. You can implement WhatsApp and WhatsApp buttons. So I'm going to copy everything what I have, and then place it inside like that. So here, after my first div, let me paste all of them. You see, I don't want to waste my time on typing on all these ones. So I implemented WhatsApp, the same YouTube link, implemented the email sharing, implement the Pinterest. So there's no Pinterest, so let's remove this Pinterest for now. And then the Twitter. Okay, and we add some styling called margin. Let me add a styling to this. That's all what you're doing, right? So if you know how to implement one, the other ways are just duplicates. Just change the icons and you're good to go. Let's check it out. So now let's refresh the application and let's click any of these ones. You see that we have it here, but I want to bring it at the bottom. That's why the Flexbox comes in, right? So on the parent of this, let's add our styling, and you can copy this one. It's the same thing, right? Copy this one, the styling, and then on the social sharing, let's place it there. And then let's come in here and call this one social sharing. Okay, so check it out what we have. Even though it is here, but we want to bring it at the bottom of the YouTube link. It's here. So how can we bring it here? By changing the flex direction to here, the flex content, not that flex, space between, and then center, right? So we need to change the flex direction. Okay, so here let's change this one to space between. All right, and this one to also space between. And let's see the final one. the final one. Okay, so now we have some space between them. So the next thing is, after we add this one to that, so let's head over to the YouTube link, and then we are going to add the actual parent, this one. Okay, and then let's change the direction, right? Because by default it's row, so let's change the direction to column, right? So flex direction to the parent, and let's change it to column. All right, with this, let's save it and let's see what we have. There we go. It's now at the bottom of the page, right? The same thing applies to this one at the bottom of the page, and we can enjoy the video, a little bit of it. Okay, so now it's working nice. The next thing is the trailer, how it has been scrambled together. So we need to truncate the description and then the title, but we can do that. But the most important thing is done. So now that we have finished with the movies, the trending, we're going to be a quick one because we have all the components. All what we need is what, just reuse those components, and then we are good to go.